All right, everyone. Welcome back to some people's favorite new podcast. I've heard a lot about this recently. The their favorite podcast ever out of all the podcasts, all with a guy without a microphone. Chris Kruger, folks, too broke to get a microphone.
Brian, interesting you say that. I'm just trying to cut down on the EMFs, and I like the earpiece, right? You don't have a crying baby at the Sapien House, Brian. So when you have a crying baby, you got to be able to take the thing out and put the thing back in your ear so you can actually hear your co-host. And so everyone in the audience, what's up, beautiful people? Brian and I have this new idea for the podcast where instead of like using the best like 10 or 15 minutes of content where we get on and we just talk to each other and we catch up and talk about what we should talk about, now we're coming at you straight improv. It's going to be like going to the best sketch comedy show ever because we don't know what the other one's going to say.
I think people want the raw and uncut version where it's not polished. And so I purposely hired some guys to make a lot of noise right outside. They're building a deck, and I planned it perfectly so they just make noise the entire time.
Awesome.
And
So you got some big deck energy coming at the Sapien House.
we got the big deck energy for sure. Sapien House is well underway. We just had our pre-housewarming party. People got to come check this thing out. We're going to have some private events. If you're a Sapien member of Sapien Center, you might get invited to the Sapien House at some point.
Right. What's the initiation fee now?
Oh, you have to eat raw liver.
That's it, bro. We're there. Let's go.
You have to eat raw liver. That's step one. We haven't gotten that far after that. But back to the podcast. I had a guy reach out, cold email. I always answer cold emails, answer cold DMs. I do it all. I'm a man of
Brian
the people.
loves cold DMs,
I'm a man of the people.
especially when they're from the young ladies that are like, "Oh, Brian, can you take me through a hard, dirty workout?" Literally, in my DMs, I got one. I re-Instagrammed or re-storied like your story, and then I was like, "Ladies, who's looking to be the who's looking to be Mrs. Sanders?" And I got a lady like with the little emoji like raising her hand, and I was like, "Okay, go tell Brian you want to do a hard, dirty workout and drink some raw milk, and ask if there's any in stock." So hopefully that gal is coming
Ooh.
your way.
All right. I got to
And so,
check my
Brian,
message.
the real thing here is whatever the gals are that are in play now, we got to start making those gals jealous,
Mm.
right? We got to keep sending more your way until you've got a gal of the day every day of the week, and then you've got to kindly, then you get to promote one to like girlfriend, fiance, wife,
This is going to
right?
be like a reality show.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the Sapien Bachelor.
Yeah.
Dude, we could just crush it with content. We just need a full-time, like, what do we need? Videographer, right? Like I was just on this podcast and this dude, he's got 1.5 million followers on Instagram. He's actually a client now. So NDA. I didn't sign one, but one time he sent me a set. I was like, hey, send me a set of push-ups. And he's like, whoa, what are you gonna do with it? Because he's like famous enough to be like, what are you gonna do with my set of push-ups? I'm like, bro, I'm gonna send it to TMZ right away. Like, what are you talking about? I'm gonna critique your form. But he's got a dude that like follows him around everywhere, and then you just have endless content. And so,
Mm.
like, if you really think about like, and I haven't watched a Mr. Beast video in like years, but what he does, like, just recreate some sort of a game show, but do it with like the characters that are around Sapien Center. What's the ultimate game show? The Bachelorette or The Bachelor, right? It's a
Mm.
silly, silly game show. I had an idea for a show. Hopefully, this is just misogynistic enough, but I was going to call it The Breeder. And the whole idea is it's about a bachelor and he's looking for like the ultimate wife that is like the best at sports, like everything about her is just amazing. And so it's like these women actually like competing in like physical activities to show like how amazing they are to like breed the best children. And now that I'm saying it out loud, it sounds very like, I don't know, eugenics or something. Like we're only imitating the Ubermensch. Like the whole point of the show is to be like, this is the best female. And anyways, Brian, I have a new theory for our show, and it is that the conflict of the podcast is created because there's totally reasonable, level-headed Brian Sanders, and then there's who knows what he's gonna say, Chris Kruger. And so the podcast is Brian trying to keep the train on the tracks, and me coming with like every dastardly plot to pull the train off the tracks. And it's that conflict that makes it
Mm.
everyone's favorite new show.
That's actually rule number 1 in good media is you gotta have conflict.
Yeah, and so there's inherent conflict, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's already what it is. You already derailed us. I didn't finish the story about the
Bro, 'cause you
guy
can't get your mic working, bro. That's you.
the guy that wandered into Sapien Center off the cold email. That's I always answered the cold emails and the DMs because so many magical things happen from that, right? You probably cold DM'd me a million years ago,
No,
like,
you cold
"Hey,
DM me, bro.
how'd it work?" 'Cause you
Actually, that's one of the questions. Like, so I put it out to my clients. I was like, "Hey, what should me and Brian talk about on the podcast?"
mm.
And one of them was like, "Well, what's the origin story? What's the backstory?" And so, people, I want to hear Brian's backstory because it sounds like he's already like he's got some false history that he's made up.
I know we met up at that Equinox in Century City to do
Yep.
the Game Changers Debunked. So,
Right.
maybe it's because you were debunking all the different
Oh,
athletes, the vegan
I was
athletes.
dunking and debunking on them so hard, and unfortunately, so they were trying to dox me at Equinox. They like found me on LinkedIn and like, where is he now? And they're like, I'm trying to be the number one trainer in the world at Equinox pre-COVID, which I became in just 5 months. But like, I think I had one like lengthy, probably like 11 to 14-minute video about the girl in the Game Changers who's like, look at me, I'm a sprinter for Team Australia. Guys, you can be a sprinter on Team Australia. It's like not even being the ninth grade champion in California, right? That's like the level of the Australian Olympic team. No shade. You guys are great at netball or something, but if you just look straight up at the times, right? The national champion in Australia is equivalent to like the best ninth grade girl in California at sprinting, period. So anyway, she's got her times and she's like flipping her hair in the movie. Like, do you remember the trailer? She like flips her hair back in the starting blocks. And so I just go read about her, and it's like she's got zero emotional control. She like cries in her car for 2 hours before and after every track practice, like all of these things. And then she just starts running slower and slower times. So in track, when you're not fast enough to run the shorter distances, you have to eat a cold bowl of chili, something no one wants to ever eat. And that is, you have to go to the longer distances where you have to train much harder and compete in a more difficult event instead of surviving on talent. So the fastest, most talented sprinters in the world run like the 100 and maybe the 200. That's like Usain Bolt. And then you get into like, oh man, I got to switch to the hurdles, right? Or I got to start running 200, 400 or 400, 800 because you're not fast enough to run the 100. You're not fast enough for the glamour events. And so they kept pushing her into these other events, and then she just went away. But you could just find very easily that her track career was shortly over, right? And so
All athletes were like that.
all the
In
vegan athletes, right? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
dude, like the worst. Like you got a couple years to play in the NFL and try to get the second contract. It's like the worst thing you can do is in the first 3 years of your NFL career is go vegan because you're never getting the second contract.
What
And
was
then,
the quarterback or who was the guy, the NFL guy that disappeared or he got hurt? Everyone got hurt or
dude,
disappeared?
we could go back and do it like we should do another movie, The Game Changers Revisited. But yeah, that's Brian. That's how we met originally. And then I forget, you're like, oh, I know an Esterman brother. And there's like, I know an Esterman brother. Like, no, this Esterman brother was like literally my college roommate. And you're like, no, this Esterman brother was like literally my best friend in high school. And I was like, for the longest, I didn't know you guys had the high school connection. I thought it was like you guys were college friends, but then you went to like one really good school and then he went to the second choice school.
Well, no, Peter, I grew up with Peter. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah. So
I was
and
just trying to,
Dave.
I was just trying to work in a diss on USC.
Oh, yes.
Like,
Well,
bro,
USC is terrible.
take the bait, bro.
Oh,
I
I
said
thought
the
you were
second.
talking about high school. We went to the
No,
same high
you
school.
obviously went to the best high school,
I went to
Buffett
the
Blue,
best
baby.
high school.
You know what?
Idaho.
You know what other people
Represent.
call you? You know what other people call you? Can we say the A word on this podcast?
We can say things, I guess.
Okay. Well, we could call it a sphincter or something, right?
Mhm.
But do you know
A-hole.
a hole. Okay, yeah. So your flying sphincter logo from your high school is they call that the flying a holes,
Oh.
right? This the circle with the wings on it.
Oh, it's a O with a circle. Yeah, no one likes us. I went for free, so I'll throw that out there. It was like the rich school, but I'm like, "Hey, I went for free. My mom taught there."
Oh, I was like, man, they got scholarships for Howleys. in Hawaii now. It's like there's not enough of you. We're like, man, hey, bring in this white guy. He's coming for free. We got like reverse affirmative action for Brian to go to high school for free.
No, my mom was my teacher twice. It was weird. But yeah, I went to the good high school. Then I got into UCLA. These poor bastards couldn't get in, so they went to USC. It was kind of the reject. I went to the welcoming lunch for all the people from my high school that got into USC. It was 150 people they let into USC.
Everyone got in. They're like, wait.
Everyone.
You can pay and you just want to hang out and like go to the football games? Yeah, come on in.
Okay. I
You
got
got it.
I got like a half scholarship to USC. 150 people out of 450 kids that graduated, and then UCLA had like 4 of us that got in. So I went to the good school.
Yeah. And you're down there just piling up the Diddy Reese's.
I only went there probably twice. It's an ice cream sandwich reference for you folks.
Yeah, down in Westwood. And so back in the 80s, before they had like all the shopping malls, and you could actually just like all roads led to Westwood. So it was like this little college town within LA. It's like probably the coolest thing ever if it was like 1985. And
Mhm.
then it just kind of died because like the malls started like pulling people out of like the cool downtown college area. But yeah, Diddy Reese's, you pick a cookie and you pick an ice cream and you pick another cookie and it makes a sandwich. And
Yeah.
so like when I first got to LA, I was like, oh man, when are we going to Diddy Reese? When are we going to Diddy Reese? Meanwhile, Brian, so paleo, only goes to Diddy Reese after living in Westwood for like 4 years.
Yeah, I only went twice. No, I was eating trash. Here's a little story about my college experience. I was eating so poorly. I never had cavities growing up. I never had cavities since. The only cavities my whole life were the 4 years I was at UCLA. But here's the thing, I was brushing my teeth the exact same. Always brushing my teeth twice a day the whole time. So the difference was the nutrient density. I was eating poor nutrient density in college, especially after the 2 years after I was in the dorms the first year where they had a pretty good spread. I was just eating microwave nacho. I would get a can of chili, a bag of cheese, the shredded cheese, and a
Okay, yeah,
bag of
yeah.
the Ralph's brand tortilla chips, this huge bag of tortilla chips. And I'd put in the microwave and eat these chili cheese nachos as my meal. And that's when I was pudgy Brian. This was like the start of me becoming the dad bod 30-year-olds before picture and
Mm.
then leading to the after picture. This guy at volleyball, there's my man calls me after photo Brian. After photo. Because he thinks I'm the after photo, which I guess that's my goal.
You're glow up, Brian,
Yeah. But
right?
not in college. I was eating microwave nachos and getting cavities from poor nutrient density. If you just eat food that's empty of nutrition, this is what Weston Price figured out 100 years ago, that you get cavities from the inside. It's not that sugar just rots on your teeth. It's that you're eating nutrient poor food and you don't have the fat soluble vitamins and you just get cavities.
So we need to go transformation truth. Sugar rots your teeth. Fact or fiction?
I'd say no. Well, sugar is basically just inserting a whole bunch of empty calories into your diet. And so if you're eating a lot of sugar, you're just not getting the nutrients. But also, I'm sure there is something to do with it. I think there is some kind of even microbial type of thing or just having the sugar on your teeth. And there is a component of it, which is surely sugar, especially processed, refined sugar. But I think it's really more from within.
Okay. Next question. If people want to help us fund the Game Changers, where are they now? What do they do? A gift send go? Like, how does that work? We start raising money for our new film.
We should.
We're like tracking them down, sticking a microphone in their face. Like, what happened after you turned vegan? The best cure for veganism is just let people go vegan, and then everyone
Yeah.
flips the script in 90 days.
I
Maybe they hang
interviewed
out a
one
little
of them.
longer, but
No,
okay.
I interviewed one of them. We got the vegan prince. I don't remember his name right now. Do you remember that British guy who was like a parkour athlete and a ninja warrior?
I can picture him.
Yeah,
Maybe
they
as
call him the
Sam.
vegan prince.
Okay.
Either way, he was supposed to be in the Game Changers. They shot content with him. Then he finally woke up, realized he was wrong, and I interviewed him for the Game Changers Debunked. He was in the US and he was saying he's just completely animal based. He's just crushing steaks. He had the funniest story. So he lost his entire sex drive. He could not get it up. He had 0 libido. He was a sad vegan, and then he said one day he just decided to eat a bunch of salmon. He had this urge to just eat salmon, and he crushed like a pound of salmon, and he woke up and he had a wet dream in the middle of the night. He told this story. I don't know if we left it in the Game Changers Debunked film, but he's like, "Oh, yeah, I had a wet dream." And he's like, "What is that called? What's the scientific name for that?" And I'm off camera. I'm like, "Nocturnal emission." He's like, "Yeah,
I wanted to say it. I would be like, I know.
And he's like, I had a nocturnal emission, and it was amazing." And it's like, I got my mojo back, and he's just never went back. So, if you wanna go vegan, that's gonna happen.
So beautiful people, I actually talk about this in my onboarding calls. I'm like, okay, so if we ever want to have high testosterone, right? This is libido, this is sex drive, this is, assertive, aggressive, masculine, dominant, decisive, right? If we want to have high testosterone, we got to start with high serotonin. Well, what's the precursor for serotonin? It's an essential amino acid, people, called tryptophan. The vegan diet is not tryptophan-tastic in the slightest. You could maybe say, oh, look, I can combine my rice with my beans and I'll get some complete protein. Not enough, right? That's like
Baloney, ho
baloney. Why don't let taglines? And so here's the thing. It's like, imagine this. This is the idea. If I eat steak or salmon or shrimp, what's another S complete protein?
sirloin.
Yeah. Well, I've already said steak, bro.
Yeah, right.
If I eat skirt steak, sirloin steak, shrimp, salmon, whatever it is, scampi, then I'm getting complete protein, which is like having 9 baseball players and they all play different positions. That's all the essential amino acids. If I try to combine rice and beans on my vegan diet, it's like I got this team that is like 8 left fielders and a first baseman. You can't play ball. Yeah, you can plug 9 guys in the different positions. They're never in the right amounts, right? And so we just eat complete protein instead of combining incomplete proteins because you're not getting the right amount of nourishment in the right proportion. And so you take this tryptophan, we start making the serotonin, we start pumping up the growth hormone, we start bringing down the cortisol, right? And then we got high testosterone. And even for you women out there, you want to feel better? You don't want to have a man's testosterone, but you want to have double the average woman's testosterone. So for men and women, it's always a mix of testosterone and estrogen and progesterone. And guys that have too little estrogen, it's like, man, my hair's falling out and my joints ache. So don't be that guy. Pump those estrogen numbers up, but just not to the point where you start having gynecomastia. You're like, what? Man boobs, Brian. What's the technical term? And then Brian's in the back off camera. And that's how we do it. That's how we win the hormone game. That's how we play metabolic chess instead of metabolic checkers. That's how we avoid this nonsense of eat less, move more, be afraid of carbs. Eat less, move more, be afraid of fat. Eat less, move more, don't have too much protein. Because, Dr. Greger. Oh, the ultimate villain.
Oh. We should use him as our mascot for Pro Meat. He's like a good.
He's everyone's mascot for Pro Meat.
He's a vegan mascot, but he's also our mascot because he looks so terrible.
Oh, you probably do some great stuff with some AI imaging with Dr. Greger.
Greger, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Liar. Like, I'm so healthy. Literally the frailest man. It should be like the Dos Equis commercial, right? Like the frailest man alive. Like,
well, it's like the vegans too.
He's like, I don't always eat broccoli, but when I do, it's sauteed in seed oils. The weakest man, the frailest man alive.
There was a vegan video where a vegan guy was laughing and his tooth fell out like on air.
Oh, I love it. Right? You know why? Well, Weston A. Price. It was the empty calories, right?
It is. It's just not fat soluble vitamins, not enough nutrition, not enough protein. Yeah.
Bro, your body can't even do collagen, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, sorry. It just doesn't work, right? When you get a 4-chambered stomach, or this is your other choice, because that's the ruminant, or like the horse, or maybe I think it's like apes. You could be a hind gut fermenter. You could have a colossal colon, right? If you've got colossal colon clout, like a silverback gorilla, dude, eat
Eat plants
sticks,
all day. Yeah,
eat
go
plants
for
all
it.
day.
It's like
Yeah,
episode 1 of Food Lies. We have Dr. Brianna Pobner. It's like, if we cannot eat like our ancestors. We cannot if these apes eat plants all day. We can't do that. We have a different digestive system, and we require nutrient-dense foods.
right. And there's some equation out there, people. Someone chat GPT this. Because I kind of like I was so into this stuff, Brian, 10 years ago, and I could tell you everything about this, like when we met, right? It's
Mm.
like, oh man, Chris is making all these videos, and I was going back and forth with the vegan bodybuilder guy that just like totally has lost his mind. And every time I would take the exact study that he had, and I'd be like, no, I actually read the study. This is what it actually says. He's like, no, it says plant foods. It's nonsense. But every time you just go back and forth with these like YouTube vegans, and they would never acknowledge and counter your point. It would just be like constant like whataboutism, right? Which is a logical fallacy. But what about this? Bro, just let's have this argument and then we can talk about that.
Mhm.
Brian, what are your other topics for today? I think we're supposed to both bring 2 topics now, and then we just
Oh, yeah.
spin it up, let it
This is
rip.
this is a new format. We don't talk to each other beforehand, but you have to bring 2 topics.
This is
So,
this is only, people, until we can figure out the live call-in show,
yeah. We
right?
gotta tease that.
That's
Keep teasing
and
that one.
but also so my topics, I just went out to my clients. I'm like, what questions should me and or what topics, what ideas for me and Brian? I got for weeks, I'm good,
Okay. You
right?
got a cheat
But
code there.
but for Brian's cheat code, he wants you to slide in his DMs, especially if you're what you'd say 22 to 32, 5'5" to 5'9".
20 no, 25. I've talked to 25-year-olds, and they're just too weird. I gotta go above 25. I have a
Well,
theory that people who are under 25 don't know how to communicate with the outside world. They
if
don't
you're
date. They're weird.
if you're 22 and can communicate and you're wholesome and you're into the sapien stuff, 22 to 30. What are our other criteria here?
Oh,
Like
based,
what's on your hinge? Oh, the most important thing is the basedness, and there will be several litmus tests thrown your way.
base. Yeah, into the health stuff. Cool, funny, athletic. That's about it. I don't know.
Right?
Cool.
Volleyball girl,
Yeah, I met a volleyball girl. She came to the pre-housewarming party at Sapien House. Not for me though. Not
Division 1 Wahine level.
Yeah, she's tall. She's tall. Not a romantic thing, but great girl. She came to the party,
Okay.
mingled right in. It was great. No, my volleyball is like random dudes that are like 50. I don't know. Volleyball is a weird one. Maybe I'm in the wrong circles.
No, I think I'm just saying like you could find a nice, maybe like a nice libero, and then
Mm.
you make a couple little Sanders kids, and they're
Hmm.
bumping, they're setting, they're spiking.
I mean, I'm playing volleyball for life. That's another thing. I made a deal with my high school quarterback buddy. Shout out to Sean. We're making a pact. We got to stay in shape so that we can play football with our grandchildren at 80. We need to
Oh
be
my gosh,
80 and still
Brian,
be playing football with our grandchildren. And
is
we
it
made a
too
pact.
is it too late to do this? Like you guys should host like the biggest Thanksgiving Day, like
Oh, turkey.
primal,
Yeah, little
or
turkey.
like
What is it called? The turkey game, the
turkey
little
bowl, bro.
turkey bowl football. Yeah.
Oh,
Flag football,
I want to be
touch
the turkey
football.
bowl commissioner, bro.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good one. Little Sapien Games. It's part of the Sapien Games.
Why isn't it a league in Austin?
Yeah. I mean, I was trying to get a flag football team together. I think I've aged out, or
No, not a team, a
I can't
league.
f
And then you have every age group, bro.
well, I can't
There's
find ten guys that still can play football. I had this ex-NFL dude that, he had a ring with the Bucks, actually. He was a wide receiver. Couldn't find the rest of the guys, though. We had, like, 2 or 3. You can't get enough people, but if it's just one day and it's just some touch football, I think we could do that.
okay. I don't know. I envision a whole Sapien league, bro. We have a sand field. It's barefoot beach football in Austin.
Mm.
Dude,
You're gonna
it's
fly in?
this is dude, I'll be the commissioner. I'll be like, there's a ruling on the field, and they gotta like call New York. They just call Irvine, California. I'm like, no. Clearly he was down. Clearly he was down. Um, would they just do so I don't follow the NFL anymore. I really feel like it's not based,
No, it's
right? I
fairy
feel like
tale
it's
football, yeah.
this big distraction. Like they get you all dressed up like it's a religious festivity that you go to every Sunday. Not about it. But I'm definitely about my Saturday morning football at the beach, right?
Yeah.
Way more based to have your own football team than to worship how do you say that word? Idolize, that's the word. Hey,
Idolize.
you were right. It is not basedness. It's basedness.
Baseness. Yeah,
Bro, that's
exactly.
callback from what is that our last episode or the one before? My
Yeah.
client my client Amy, like I don't know. She hit me like the strunk and white, like grammar and style guide. She's like, Chris, would you say awesomeness? And I was like, oh my, dang it.
Baseness. Okay, so this is about beach volleyball. So yeah, I'm trying to play beach volleyball forever. I think people should make these goals of like, can I do something into old age? Mark Sisson's out there playing ultimate frisbee. He's 72. He's jacked and tanned. He's doing it.
Hold on. Is he playing in the all natty drug tested league? There's a challenge flag on the field. And I know, hey,
Mm,
I know Mark Sisson's a heavy hitter and you probably got to have him on peak human, but I'm going to go TRT to the gills on that. If I'm doing natty or nots, right?
yeah,
Brian, if you're doing natty or nots, Mark Sisson.
not. I think he's public with not being natty. I think he gets his little TRT.
Dave Asbury, natty or not.
Definitely not.
Anthony Chafee, natty or not.
I'd say yes.
Sean Baker, natty or not.
He's clean. He's legit. He's a straight shooter. Chafee too.
But dude, that guy is a tank, man.
Yeah. No, both
Like,
those guys are super nice guys, super straight shooters. That they're like mild mannered. They don't drink. They don't smoke. They don't do any of these things.
imagine, guys, Sean Baker. Let's say we put him next to a dude who everyone would tell this guy, like, bro, you're 6'5". Really, he's 6'3" and 5'8", but you give him a solid 6'4" in the program. Anywhere, typically 220 to 230, 210 when he's shredded. And Sean Baker makes this guy look like a high school player, like a teenager. That's how I feel next to Sean Baker. He's a beast.
It's funny. It's
He's a
funny.
heavy hitter. All
he's the
natty.
He's the one that made us do the comedy stuff. Well, I think Chris wanted to do the comedy stuff, but in the
No,
Game
I got
Changers
there. And I was like, oh, you want to do it? Let's do it.
But Sean Baker, he loves the skits. He's always trying to do little skits on his Instagram here and there over the years. And
Oh my
he
gosh,
was like
Brian.
pitching all these skits we could do. And then people hated it. So we had this whole Game Changers Debunked that was trying to seriously debunk the thing. And there's documentary. And then we have skits like every 15 minutes we have.
You had to release it without the skits.
Yeah, so I made 2 versions. That's still on YouTube, guys. You got to find those.
Pump up the watch time numbers on there, guys.
Yeah.
That's just some classic Sanders Kruger connection. Okay, one idea, Sapien Bachelor.
Okay.
Next idea, Sapien Survivor.
Mm,
Or just Sapien American Gladiators.
that's
Right.
good. I think Saving Survivor. This leads to my topic. I actually do have a topic, which is a topic we brought up almost every episode, which is the
Okay.
Sapien retreat.
No, it's Dr. Reven. What's your blood pressure?
Five metabolic markers. No, it's
The
a
cluster of
retreat.
conditions that Chris Kruger constantly talks about, conversates.
It's Dr. Bill Schindler. He's the ultimate Sapien survivor. If we had a Survivor TV show like you're talking about,
Yeah.
I would pick Dr. Bill Schindler as my number 1 pick.
What is his like list?
He's a paleoanthropologist, like archaeologist, food scientist. He had his own TV show. He already did this. He had a Nat Geo TV show years ago where he survived out in the wilderness with nothing but what humans had available through that era of history. And each episode had a different era of history, and he survived with what they had. So the earliest era, they just had a rock. He
Okay.
just had a rock. Then we have a spear. And then
So
we have
rock,
fire.
spear, fire,
Yeah, and I didn't watch the show, but I saw clips of it,
maybe like metal next.
something
Rock,
like that. And he
spear,
went through
metal.
it, and he would build his own shelters, build his own tools, fashion clothes out of leather. It was amazing, and he still does this. He still travels around the world, studying ancient cultures, studying food preparation techniques, fermenting. He's nose to tail. He's all about nose to tail. He's eating the organ meats. He's hunting. We have footage of him. His son was 13 at the time. They took apart a deer. I hope we can put it in. It's probably going to be censored. Netflix is not going to want it. They're like, oh, you You guys
You
butchered a
gotta do
deer?
like the reaction faces, and like what they expect you to do is like you cut to the reaction. And you're like, oh no, I'm horrified by butchering the deer. Be like, oh, which steak is that? That looks delicious. Like say like that should be the reactions to it. Like, oh man, cut off the leg for me, Clark. Right? Like that's what it should be like. It shouldn't be like, oh no, they're butchering the deer. How gross! But, oh man, I'm a primal man.
This is
Okay,
awesome.
so we had just a rock, like maybe a stick, fire,
Bow and arrow?
bow and arrow. Yeah. So what else is on Schindler's List? Okay,
Was that a
here we go.
setup?
I've been trying to work it in for like minutes. I did it before, and you like didn't get it. Okay, guys, here we go. Brian, fact or fiction?
Okay.
Hold on, fact or fiction? Literally, Schindler's List.
Like, was there an actual list?
Like, was there an actual guy named Schindler with a real thing about it, or is that movie based on a fictional book?
I have no idea. I thought it was
These are the questions we
legit.
got to ask.
I thought it was legit.
Yeah. So I think the way it was presented to us in like 1993 when we're accepting the Academy Award for it is like, oh, this is the most important film ever. It's based on a true story. I think if we look up the book, like I think it's fiction. Let us know, people.
Wow. Nothing is as it seems.
I feel like I saw like an Instagram about this. Maybe we're just dangerous spreaders of misinformation. Right?
I don't know.
Brian, wouldn't it be your first time? Right. That's why Eat Lancet is like coming after you. You're a super spreader.
We're a super
spreader.
This influencer.
It's like Sean Baker. Who else we got on
Nina
there?
Tight Schultz.
Carnivore Aurelius. Right? Like dangerous super spreaders.
Oh man, because yes to meat. Bring it back. Hashtag yes to meat. They're coming out with the number 2 eat planetary diet to ruin people's health.
First of all, Brian, I'll do this. I'll do this one. Global warming. Fact.
Well, it's always changing. The climate's always changing. So I say how people believe it is fiction. How people think of it, the propaganda is complete fiction.
The propaganda is fiction. And guys, I'm gonna back it up and ask Brian the next one, because you can't have global warming unless you have a globe. Flat Earth. Fact or fiction?
Fiction. I hate the flat Earth stuff because I think it just ruins it. I think it's like ruins.
Show me the curve, Brian. Show me the Earth curve. But the thing is, if we erase the globe, then we erase global warming and the globalists. I want to invite everyone. Flat Earth is a big tent. It's actually, we don't even need a tent. We have a firmament over the flat Earth, right? So show me the curve.
I just watched a video of someone did a homemade rocket and it went up and you could see the curve.
Which curve? You saw the rocket curve?
No, you could see the Earth's curve once it got to its peak.
So you're saying you had a video?
They had a rocket. They had a video camera on a rocket, a little like homemade rocket.
Camera on a rocket.
Yeah.
All right, we got to see the footage, folks. Again, hey, I'm inviting you just to check out Flat Earth. I'm not saying Flat Earth is my beliefs. I'm just saying we should ask these questions, right?
I think the more you look into things, the more you realize that almost everything is fake that is in the mainstream. Like everything is bogus.
Moon landings. Ooh.
I watched a 3-hour documentary. I'm not into the moon landing. I don't think there's a documentary called American Moon. Look it up. It's by an Italian guy. If you watch it, you will not think we landed on the moon.
Okay, why do we never see the other side of the moon? If we're spinning all the time, how is only one side of the moon ever facing us?
I mean, that's some gravity stuff.
Well, you tell me. You're the engineer, bro.
That's some planetary gravity where it just Okay, we got to get off this topic.
Yes.
So wait, I got to tie up my loose ends like I do. So I brought up Bill Schindler and the retreat because I talked to him yesterday and he is in for the retreat. It is not 100% confirmed yet, but Bill Schindler will be flying in to Texas for the Sapien retreat, March 25th. I should not be saying it like it's confirmed because it's not yet, but he said, I am in, I'm supporting
Everyone
this.
Book your tickets and then get upset with Brian if you're arriving.
Well, luckily there's nowhere to book tickets yet. So you're hearing it first. Dr. Bill Schindler is the absolute OG of all this stuff. He's the original Sapien. If I were to be cast in a TV show Survivor, I would get Bill. #1 guy.
He's like your corner man.
He's
Like,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna be there. He made me a arrow. While we were filming with him for Food Lies, he got a piece of what is that hard rock that's black?
Black Rock.
No,
Obsidian, bro.
obsidian. And
I'm
he
in the
just
back. I'm in the back off camera.
he made an arrow. He fashioned an arrowhead out of obsidian for me in like 10 minutes. Still have it. It's amazing. He can do anything. He knows about every food. He has a whole food lab in Maryland. They're still doing like nose to tail butchery. They're doing the chicha, that stuff where you spit. In the Amazon, they'll like chew something up and spit and make this drink. He does everything. He's a legend. He will be there. This thing is going
Like
to happen.
Brian, I was with you. I was with you on the raw milk, but the spit drink.
Spit drink. Look it up, man. Chicha.
Look it up, bro. Hey, guys, go down, try to get some raw spit drink at Brian's.
It's a delicacy. It's good for your gut
Brian,
microbiome.
I know there's a lot of women that want to come down to Sapien and be like, hey, Brian, I just want to sample the spit drink.
Get some of that good microbiome. Get that high tea lifestyle. Get some of that. Get some of those.
Did we ever get to do my topics, or is this just Brian bringing up topics the whole time?
You can do your topic. You have 3 minutes, two minutes. But I got to wrap up the thing because I mentioned the guy.
My calendar says my calendar says we got 14 more minutes, bro. You're trying to give me on 3 minutes?
No, we got to keep.
So the guy came in.
So I'm telling you, we're doing big things. The guy came in. He said he listened to all the podcasts. He found Sapien Podcast. He said it was his #1 favorite podcast of the world, better than Peter Tia, better than whatever Huberman. The Sapien Podcast, #1. He said he's cracking up. He's having the time of his life.
Can you imagine? I would say like the metaphor, like the rocket ship that we're on, like just going to #1, like over Huberman, over everyone else. And I was like, I don't believe in rocket ships anymore.
They're fake, dude. It's just all AI. There's no real rocket ships.
Why aren't there any clouds from like oh, I can't see the sun through the clouds, but I can see the city lights through the clouds when they show me the spinning computer generated image of space that I'm supposed to believe is a real image. Baloney, homie. Space. Anyways, Brian, I want to bring it back to a serious topic that I am really interested in. I think I might spend a lot of my time here. I'm potentially talking with a business partner, investor, getting this thing off the ground. But I want to know, should we go back to a society that glamorizes the use of combustible tobacco? I'm talking smoking cigarettes because they're cool, right? Guys, can you see Brian's face right now? Where we're going? Brian's like, no,
I don't know. Actually,
don't do this.
Keep going. I gotta hear this.
In Switzerland, you could still buy cigarettes at the vending machine all throughout Switzerland. You know who's got a lot less fat people than America per capita? Switzerland. And so what do we hear? Oh, tobacco causes lung cancer. We're all going to die in our 80s of lung cancer as thin, healthy, fit people that have had sharper minds because we habitually use nicotine. And we're going to make it till 80 when we eventually succumb to lung cancer. Instead, now everyone's obese and losing limbs in their 60s. And so evil corporations, they were putting additives in the tobacco and making it worse for you. And then they're like, okay, we'll lose the one lawsuit. We'll settle. It's not nearly the damages that it should be. And then we'll transfer all of our scientists to process foods. And so we should have the system we talked about. Was that last week? When you're on Brian's food matrix, right? The rough draft of processed,
Yeah.
Whole foods, traditionally
prepared.
We'll fund all of our roads and everything else. We'll probably abolish the schools, the whole Department of Education. Brian and I will redesign a curriculum for your children. We'll get some help from some homeschool moms. We'll figure that out. And then we go back to smoking cigarettes. And I've never smoked cigarettes. I'm just saying, a society that is like thin and alert and filled with energy. Like, what's cooler that I have a cup of black coffee and I smoke a cig and I solve the world's problems? Right? Versus, oh, I'm obese on Doritos. Oh man, what are the Takis now? How do you even say that word?
Takis, yeah.
Are they called Takis?
Yeah.
Takis? Taxis?
Takis, yeah.
Bro, What a miserable world we've created. I'd much rather go home to like a rotisserie chicken and a plate of mashed potatoes and smoke my cigarette. Right? Look how cool it was for James Bond back in the day. Like, oh, hey, ladies, it's time for a cig. Right? Like, so much cooler. And instead of like, oh no, cigarettes are so bad, but I'm here eating your Pringles. There's no potato chip in your Pringle. So, do we need to seriously consider returning to a society that glamorizes not vapes? Vaping's not cool. Your pouches aren't cool. Organic tobacco, hand rolled.
I've had some hand rolled. Where is this pitch coming from? I don't even understand. I mean, I kind of agree, but
Exactly, dude. How much health? Like, yeah, you know what? In my 90s, maybe I'll die of lung cancer. Maybe, right? That's the so the and bro. There's some other cool ideas. What if instead of the idolatry and idolization of professional sports,
Mhm.
we just had a bunch of young guys that live on a tobacco farm, and then in the tobacco field, there's a baseball field, and they play on a literal field of dreams. And so every day you want some wholesome Americana, some real entertainment. Look at these baseball men playing in flannel uniforms, not polyester like in the big leagues. Old timey baseball
Oh,
men.
cotton, pure cotton.
Oh, yeah, baseball's well.
No,
You can do
the
flannel as
flannel.
cotton.
Yeah.
Flannel cotton. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, nice, cool cotton. Yeah, it's a home run when you hit the ball into the tobacco field. The manager's maybe he's smoking a pipe, right? Like an old
Mm.
John McGraw, he's like yelling at the kids, "Come on, Joe, your hustle after that ball," right? Everyone is like thin and in shape, and we got sharp nicotine. I don't use
Mm.
any nicotine,
It's a
right?
nootropic. I'll
Yeah, but
microdose a
you're,
little nicotine.
I'm, yeah, Brian. Guys, I don't take drugs, but Brian microdoses. Like, so are you natty or not, bro?
I'm
You're all
all
wired up.
natty, all natty
Like,
with a little bit of tiny bit
all
of nicotine.
so, Brian, are we going to start? And I think we should call it Austin's Organics, right?
Mm.
Maybe it's based out of Austin, Texas. And then there's different words for cigarettes. There's one that the English use that I particularly like, but like Austin's Organics.
I we won't say that word. No.
Derail. Okay, dude, I think we
If
got to
you're
wrap
over
this up,
30,
bro.
you probably know the word.
Yeah, or if you've ever talked to a British person who's
Yeah.
had a few pints and
Yeah.
is smoking a cigarette outside of the pub.
All right, let's wrap this up now that
This
we've
is so
gotten into
good. It's
tobacco for
everyone's
some reason.
Okay, guys. Well, what is the thing you have? For some reason, you just said it was a nootropic. We can make it all organic. We can use it as to affect the actual things that determine health, right? The Reevens cluster of 5 metabolic syndrome, right? It's like this way, like which way, modern man? It's like over here we got the cool guy like smoking a cig. People, I don't even smoke cigarette. I think I puffed on one time at one of Toby Keith's final concerts, right? Which, by the way, Toby Keith's career, is that CIA propaganda, right? I want to look back on it like in,
Mm.
2002, 3, 4, 5, like, oh yeah, Toby Keith. And now I'm like, wait, is that just all funded by the CIA and somebody else?
What happened to him? I don't
No,
know
I'm
anything.
just saying his career. Like when you blow up a country song that's all about, bombing people that live in other places in the
Mm.
name of Uncle Sam claiming revenge,
I
I'm
get
like,
it.
makes me think, bro.
Yeah.
Makes me think like who's telling me to cheer that on?
Mm.
Right? Who's telling me, it's these people that hit the towers and now we got to go over there and there's WMD that they never found. And we got to take out that guy who maybe wanted to do some other things with his, I would say economy,
Mhm.
right? You got to ask yourself, you got to take a step back. You got to be like,
Uh,
Brian, is this too hot for Netflix, bro?
I get
Be like,
questioned
bro,
everything.
bro, I'm trying to get my movie on Netflix, Chris.
I
Shut it
know.
down. Shut it
There's
down.
gonna be vegans that are gonna clip this out. They're gonna take this episode,
There's
clip it
gonna be some,
out, send it to
look,
Netflix.
Brian's co-host. He's a crazed flat earther. He wants kids smoking cigarettes. I didn't say kid, right? I said old-timey baseball men out in the tobacco field,
All right.
right?
All right. We did enough for one day. You derailed us
Enough.
enough.
We did enough damage.
Did enough damage. We do have the retreat. I gotta make some kind of website for that. Based camp. I still have that website. I gotta put that up.
Base camp.
And
Let's see if Schindler can help us build some. What are they called? Domes. What kind of
oh, I
douchebag
forgot to
domes?
picture the domes. I talked to Molly, who's whose ranch it is, and I didn't picture the domes.
Dude, all you have to do is put on a clinic for how to build the domes, and
Yeah.
you have all these people come out and like, this is how you build your domes. I have
Yeah.
like
I
this,
I'll ask her.
but then they build the dome for you as they're learning to build the
Oh,
dome. So
I
now you have
know.
a dome for next time.
Because they have a lot of different conferences. Yeah, they have Confluence too. They probably need them. They have
Yeah,
this big event called Confluence that's in
dome
April.
home, baby.
So, okay, I'm gonna get up a website. The oysters are
Okay.
back. We didn't mention oysters. They're back in stock. The customs people released them.
Do they need to know about the discount code, or do you want them to pay full price?
The homie that walked into Sapien Center used Big Chris. He's like, "Oh man, I
Oh,
used
Big Chris!
he did it. He's paying attention. This dude, I swear he was younger than me. I'm like, this dude's like 37. He is
Okay.
51. He is
Oh,
51.
true age. Hit him with the
True
true
age.
age. I got to do it.
Yeah.
Yourtrueage.com.
Org.
Oyster Pills, Big Chris.
Yourchurch.org. This dude, it was amazing. He has a 24-year-old son. I'm like, that is absurd. This dude looks like he's 24 and he's a 24-year-old son. He's doing the Sapien stuff. He's all in. We're gonna do some business things together. But
I
your
love
true
it.
age is the beginning of that. So see what
All right.
your real age is.
All right, buddy. I got to go. I'm going to go hop off this call, have a cigarette, get some sunshine.
All right. All right, man.
I don't have any cigarettes, but I want one now. Sounds
Now,
cool.
You're ruining the show. Okay. Thanks, Chris.
That's my job. Your job is to make it great. I'm supposed to ruin it. That's what we do.
All
right.
right. Well,
Later,
next
beautiful people.
week, we're going to come back with some more topics. You can DM me for some topics as well, and we'll try to weave them in. That's the first step to the call-in show. First, you DM us, get us some topics, then we'll figure out how to call you in. All right.
Yeah.
See you next week, man.
See you, buddy.